Hi, my name is Phil from Phil Seaton Photography. I'm a luxury real estate videographer and photographer from the UK, living here in Dubai. Today, I'm going to be going through the equipment that you'll need for your first real estate photography shoot. I'll also be going through some of my top tips to make that shoot really successful. So stay tuned to the end. Okay, so first of all, you'll need a camera. You might already have one. My advice though, if you need to buy a camera, is not to go too crazy. You don't need a really fancy camera. You just need one that will do the job. So basically, the cheapest full frame camera that you can find. The difference between a full frame camera and a crop sensor camera means that if you have a lens that's 18mm on a full frame, you'll get 18mm. If you put that on a crop sensor camera, you're getting 27. So you need a full frame to make sure that your wide angle lenses are giving you a nice wide angle. If you need to buy a lens, then you're just looking for a good wide angle lens. Spend as much money as you can, it will outlast your camera. 16 to 35 is a good place to start. You can use that for your wides, and also you can get good detail with the 35mm as well. f4 is fine. Most of the time you're going to be shooting at f8, so you don't really need to be shooting real estate photography or anything different than that, unless you're doing your detail shots and you want to get a little bit creative. f4 will get you some bokeh, but it's not going to be fantastic. So you can add to your bag later on and pick up a 50mm. If you're shooting Canon, I've got a 1.8 Canon that was very, very cheap. It's a great 50mm lens and it will get you awesome detail shots, not just for photos, but video as well. So my advice to summarize, a nice wide angle lens, something around 16 to 35mm, and then add to your bag later on when you can afford it. The next essential item is a tripod. You'll need this to keep your camera in the same position for each shot, whether you're doing HDR, exposure blending, or off-camera flash. Your camera needs to be in the same position each and every time so that when you're blending in Photoshop, it doesn't look a mess. You can spend a lot of money on tripods, but again, try and pick one up secondhand. What you need to look for is just a sturdy tripod that has a ball head on the top. That's all you need to worry about, so don't spend too much, keep it nice and cheap. As I just mentioned, off-camera flash is one of the ways that you can shoot real estate photography. This is what I use and I blend it with ambient shots, but other people may be using HDR or exposure blending. But if you're going down the road of using flash and blending with ambient, then you obviously do need to pick up a flash. And you'll also need to make sure that it works off camera. So that means you need a transmitter, a receiver, and a flash. Now this sounds like it could mount up to a lot of money. Again, look secondhand. There's a lot of stuff out there that people are getting rid of that you can pick up, and thank them very much for it. So that's about it. All you need now is a nice bag to put all your lovely new equipment in and you're set to go to your first real estate shoot. Couple of tips, make sure that your camera is cleaned before each shoot, not just the lens, but also clean your sensor at least once every 3 months. You can buy cheap sensor cleaning kits off Amazon, and believe me, it's worth your while and saves you a lot of time and money. Getting it cleaned professionally is expensive. Keep your equipment in good condition, pack everything away in the same places each time you go to a shoot so you don't lose anything. Also make sure that you set up your camera on your tripod nice and straight. Most of them have spirit levels, but also in your camera, there'll also be level alignment you can put on your display to make sure that your camera is perfectly straight for each shot. I can't stress enough how important that is. Keep your camera nice and still and then shoot on a 2-second timer or get a shutter release cable so that you're not touching your camera in between each shot and misaligning your photos. Shoot a variety of images. When you go into a room, don't just shoot from one corner of the room, shoot some straight on perspectives as well so that there's variety of shots. When you get to post-production, you can choose the best option. And then you also have alternative shots to send to your client if they request it. Also, don't only just shoot your wide shots, try and get some detailed shots in your transfer as well so that when you send your photos through, they stand out from the rest of the crowd. Thank you so much for watching this video right to the end. I do appreciate it if you could like and subscribe so I can keep making these videos. If you want to learn a bit more, there's a video here on flash and ambient blending that will help you progress with your photography. Thank you so much for watching.